Hello everybody and welcome to Miranda Detailing, where we make satisfying detailing videos. Today's video we are working on this Audi A5 and it's in bad shape. It had a bad plastidip job done to it. The customer removed all the plastidip, but all the crevices and cracks on the exterior still have a ton of it in there. So we have to remove that as well as give it a full paint correction to bring the paint back to life. So if you guys haven't already, consider subscribing and clicking that bell. That way you get notifications each time our videos drop each week and you don't miss stuff. And if you're interested in products and tools that we use, then click up here. It goes directly to a dedicated page on our website, and you can click on any of the pictures of the products that we use, and it brings you right to Amazon so you can purchase those products easily. And if you're interested in any of the apparel that we have, t-shirts, hoodies, and more, then click up here as well, and it goes to our online store. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. So here's the Audi we're going to work on today. And it's filthy, but it also has a ton of residue from a bad plastidip job. So we have to remove all the edges, old plastidip on all of the rubber trim pieces, all these little corners along here. It's really bad in here. We're going to try our best to remove as much of it as possible. And even some in the door jamb area. And it even got on the rubber here. Don't know how much I can get off of that, but we'll see. Not going to worry too much about the wheels. He's getting these replaced. They were plastidip as well. And it was all white plastidip. It was simply sprayed on too thin. And when he removed it, it came off in little pieces. So all in here. And you even have some overspray and residue in the glass, unfortunately. So we're going to try our best to remove all this. So the wheels are pretty chewed up, but again, he's going to have them replaced. So I'm not going to worry about that. And then we're going to do a full paint correction, remove all the residue, and get the paint looking as best as possible. Alright, so let's get started. So it's washed. I couldn't clay it because of the residue. It's really bad. It's crazy. Where the plastidip was being peeled up in little pieces, not nice big sheets, because it was sprayed on too thin. So hopefully this will come off. I'm surprised the pressure washer didn't blow a lot of it off. You can kind of see it looks like it's oxidized, but it's not. That's residue. So when the customer brought it in, I did a little test spot just by hand, and that's the result. It took off the residue. So yeah, there's some other deeper scratches that the customer is worried about. We're going to try to take care of those, but even on the glass, look at that. The plastidip wasn't on the glass, but when he was removing it, it just seemed like it was coming off in these little pieces, and then it was taken through a car wash, and it I don't know, spread the residue all around so it's all over the glass. Not as bad here, but here, the back glass, I'm sure the sunroof. Yeah, it looks like the sunroof. So this, not sure how well we can get in there to get all of that out, because it's underneath there as well. So we'll see what we can do with that. But it's cleaned and it's way too cold out. So I just had to go quickly because look, icicles. It's 22 degrees out. It was a low of 15 this evening. Yeah. So, and that's here in Richmond, Virginia. I don't know what's going on. So let's get working on this thing. We're gonna dry it, blow out crevices, and then start removing the residue and all those cracks and crevices. Alright, so here we have an example, it'll focus in a second, of the plastidip on the corner of the hood here, the edges. It's starting to flake off, but I already did the other side, and basically I'm using Goo Gone. It needs some sort of a solvent to break down the plastidip, dissolve it a little bit, and remove it. So it's going to be tedious, but I think we'll have success. The other side already cleaned up and it looked just like this. So most of it I'll simply peel off like this to be kind of gentle on it, and then the rest of it I will use the Goo Gone. Now it's also on the plastics. I'll have to be really careful. Unfortunately I can't get all of this in here. I mean, it's really bad. The other side, it's all inside there. I might get a Q-tip in there. I might be able to get some of it out so it's not so bad looking, but yeah, word of caution with plastidip: if you're going to get your car fully plastidip, make sure it's done correctly and by someone who knows all these areas. These should have all been covered. So yeah, that's pretty bad. And you know, you have this overspray in the inside of here as well. So all right, let's see how this works. Alright, so that inner edge here is now all nice and clean. So yeah, it's tedious, but we'll work all along the edges all over the vehicle. So guys, just want to take a minute and show you some of our new apparel that we have. So this is one of the sweatshirts that we have. It's actually a really nice, soft, fitted hoodie, and it has our new Satisfying Detailing Videos logo. So you have the polisher across here, the nice circle logo. I have a ton of different logos that I already have on the shop, so check those out. Links are down below, or click up here and it goes right to that store, and you can purchase these hoodies, t-shirts. I have mugs on there, I got beanies, I got baseball caps, I got a bunch of cool apparel. And I'm always changing up the logo and making it look different. If you have any ideas for certain logos, let me know. I can do simple designs, and I may be able to do custom designs for you. So if you want a hashtag of your choice and your website down here, shoot me an email and let me know. I might be able to design one for you and have it shipped out to you as well. And these come in a variety of colors. So definitely check out the new hashtag Satisfying Detailing Videos apparel. Alright, so I sprayed the solvent inside here so that it can have time to dissolve. And it's actually working pretty good. So, you know, the only way to get in there is to spray that stuff in there. I'll probably get either a Q-tip, or I have these green swabs that I use for, you know, applying coatings to grill parts and cleaning inside vents and things like that. These are awesome. So I believe I have either links to these down below or on our website, products and tools page. So let's see if these work. Not bad. Getting down in there is a different story, though. So I popped that. I think that might work. Alright, so I had to get kind of aggressive. I had to use that little metal, almost like a metal toothpick, and the plastic razor to get into this area. It's not perfect, but the rest of it is on the plastics that are kind of folded underneath the moonroof. So I'm not 100% happy with it, but it is a huge improvement. Yeah, that's just unfortunate that it's so deep in the crevices like this. I mean, it's a huge improvement. When the sunroof goes down, you really won't, you'll barely see it. If not at all, because it's up. So once it goes down, it'll cover that area. So it's just hideous, too bad. So we're gonna work on this, and you notice the rubber here is kind of flipped inside out here. So we'll just gently pry the rubber out. May have to heat it up a little bit and reform it out. But yeah, that rubber, not sure how it did that, but if you're very gentle with a plastic razor, you can just coax it out and then you're good. So gotta work on that little piece right there. There, much better. So we will just clean up these edges with the Goo Gone, and yeah, next one will be this right here. this is bad.
Okay, so this little area in here, I'm going to kind of, drench with the solvent because it needs it. I'm going to go along this edge up here. This edge is not as bad. You can take your little plastic razor and stick it in the towel here like this and get like a nice straight edge. And you can kind of fit it into that area. Seems to be working pretty well. Oh wow. Okay. It's coming out a lot better than expected. I think the sunroof was the hardest part. Not looking forward to the other side. So what's nice about these plastic razors is that they're so flexible. So they can kind of flex inside the, like that. Inside of the round corners here, which is really nice. And then you can stick the towel as far down as it will go in here to kind of remove the rest of the solvent and plastidip. It's a dirty job, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm not going to use the best towel. I have to use a crappy towel because the paint is trashed. But, oh yeah, really nice. Look at that. That's still stuck on. I'm going to get to the paint later. I'm going to get all the crevices first and all those tiny areas. So there's still a little bit in there. You can still take your razor, your plastic razor, and get in there a little bit to clean it up, and then use your edges of the towel to kind of get in there and clean up the rest. Your towel's going to get grungy, so you're probably going to change it a few times. And I'm pretty much going to use the solvent on the paint too, because it removes it. So, but yeah, much better. So that whole crevice there is cleaned out. So now this ugly edge. So now that edge is nice and clean. Kind of a 50-50 shot. So it's working really nice. We are going to save this poor car. Alright, now I've pretty much finished all the little crevices. I did leave this to show, I'm going to show you in a minute. It's not too bad over here, but there's still some over here. The other side, the driver's side, was worse. It was all under here. Actually, Is it under here? Yep, it's under here too. So we're gonna remove this on that side. Yeah, I already removed it on this side. So it'll look like that. And this whole driver's side was just done. I'm not gonna worry, this is underneath the car. I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm gonna touch the paint only. So the rest of the paint just needs to be wiped. But I got underneath there. You can see how bad it is. Residue. And once we're done with that side there and all the under parts, we'll start on the hood. You can see how bad it is. It's like speckled and the residue. We'll basically have to give it a degreaser bath with the goof off. Alright, so we are on to cleaning the paint. So we can get the residue off, no problem. We're just using goof off. We're having to be a little aggressive, but that dissolves any of the residue. I just did an IPA wipe down, so now we can see the condition of the paint. So we'll compound and polish that out. So we just have to remove all of that nasty residue off of all of the paint and glass. And you can see I'm working on this section with the residue, and this section is all cleaned, so much better. Now it's just showing defects. So let's continue and get all the residue off. Alright, so now everything is wiped. So plastidip removal is done. That was horrible. Alright, now you can see a very distinct before and after. So you have the big swirly mess over here, which, you know, it's not horrible, but after compounding, it clears up, and now you can see that beautiful metallic. So it's clearing up really nice. So a nice before and after shot right there. So unpolished on the right, and now it's cleared up on the left. That nice metallic. So huge improvement. It's still in the compounding stages, so there's a little bit of marring here and there, but that's just from the compound. That'll easily come out in the polishing step next. But the paint cleared up beautifully. Now this hood was repainted at some point. It has some pretty bad dust nibs and weird things in it. There's a deep scratch here that I'm going to try to dig out a little bit more, but you know, my motto is to preserve paint. I mean, really, you can only see it when the light hits it, and you know, it will kind of hide itself without direct light on it. So we are making our way around. I still have this little section to do, but you can see the drastic improvement. That's before, and then that's after. Looking really nice. So I haven't used these in a while, the Buff and Shine microfiber cutting pads. I've had these for years, and I've only used them on a couple of jobs. They're a little weird when you're using them. They're a little bit floppy. It's nice to have the thinner foam, but these cut really well, so they are pretty nice. So I continue to use them. So I have, you know, a bunch here, and then I have my foam pads, and I have a few other, you know, I have a ton of the Meguiar's cutting pads if I need, but I'm going to use this for now on this paint. And yeah, it is coming out really nice. So let's continue on and get this all compounded. All right. So, driver door, driver front fender. Yeah, there are some deep defects that are just not going to come out, but overall, pretty awesome. So this is just with one hit with the compound, so I'm going to go back over it maybe one more time and clear up some of the other little areas that need to be cleared up. But great improvement. we have some deep scratches here. I'm not going to go any further. I might go a little further here, but I've been cutting pretty heavy. So, yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Not sure what that came from. All right, we are polishing and refining, and it's looking beautiful. Unfortunately, there are some deeper scratches, like we talked about before, that are just not going to go away. I compounded it heavily, but the finish of the paint is looking awesome. Really nice. So working down the side here, and yeah, it is looking nice and crisp. Hopefully the sun will be out tomorrow and we'll get some sun shots. So I'm working my way around here. Hey guys, so we are now going to protect the finish. So I'm going to use Meguiar's Fast Finish on this one. It's been compounded, it's been polished, and it's looking amazing. Huge turnaround on this one because the paint was trashed, and of course all the plastidip in the corners and seams and all that just looked hideous. So that's all cleaned up and looking great. So we'll show you that in a minute. Just want to show you these new earbuds that I bought. And basically these earbuds are like noise canceling headphones. They fit really nice in your ear, nice and snug, and they hold a charge for quite a few hours, and it comes in this little carrying case where you can simply, let me make sure I get the right side here, left ear goes in this side. So you magnetically fit them right in there and they charge, and it holds it in there really nice. And yeah, I'm actually pretty impressed with these. I bought these, I think they were like 50 or 60 bucks on Amazon. I'll have a link down below. I wanted an alternative to, you know, over the head headphones that are kind of big and clunky. And I wanted something I can use inside the vehicle. It basically just fits in your ear like a nice little earbud, and it does reduce the noise, the outside noise, really well. So I love these. They're awesome. So I use these, you know, to listen to music now, and when I'm polishing, and you know, it blocks out all the outside noise, which is nice. So I have the little air compressor in here, and that'll turn on every once in a while, and I can't even hear it when it turns on, which is really nice. So definitely check those out if you want noise canceling headphones or earbuds. So I love them. All right, so let's protect the paint. Use Meguiar's Fast Finish. Nice brand new soft towel. And I've used this stuff before. I love it. And it's just so easy to apply. So let's begin. Alright guys, it is done. I just finished protecting it with the Meguiar's Fast Finish. Love the application of that. Can't say it enough, but I love that stuff. And yeah, the paint is looking amazing. So we're gonna go around and check it out, but you know, remember how this thing looked before. It still has a little bit of defects, some light scratches that I'm just not going to try and dig out too far, and some really bad scratches on the passenger side, which I had to touch up, but they're just so bad. They almost look like a key or a metal something, you know, scraped and took off a ton of paint all the way down to the metal. So besides that, everything is looking beautiful. So let's take you around and check it out. So the paint is looking amazing. It still has its defects here and there, but overall it is brought back to swirl-free finish, looking super glossy, and that metallic is now showing through really nice. And all of the plastidip is removed from all the crevices and creases as much as possible. There's still some in the sunroof line in here, that we just can't get to, unfortunately. So, I mean, but it's down deep into that channel. But you don't see it now when you're looking at the vehicle. All of it is removed. All the residue is removed, and the paint is super glossy again. So wheels, not much we're going to do with the wheels. They're going to be redone or replaced, so we're not going to worry about those, but everything else is looking beautiful. The paint is looking amazing. It's nice when you can polish and the metallic shows through. It looks awesome. So I did a 2-stage polish, or compounding and polishing, and I used D300, which is my go-to compound. I love that stuff. It's just so easy to work with. And I used a variety of cutting pads, and then to polish, I actually got these new pads, and these are from eBay. I'm just testing them out. They're kind of the cheaper pads that you can buy online, and I think they're only a few dollars each. This was kind of like a polishing pad. Even though it's orange, it's super, super soft. So I used it for polishing. And believe it or not, this is what I use for polishing. I mean, a lot of guys don't use this product anymore. It came with the D300, you know, correction kit with Meguiar's. I use it as my wax, but it also has polishing attributes. So I use this as the final polish, and it's so easy to wipe off. It's so easy to work with and produces an amazing finish. And then we protected it with Ultimate Fast Finish. So yeah, these pads are nice. And so the blue one is really stiff. So this is probably more of a compounding pad. I know the Forensics Detailing channel, he got a bunch of these pads and he was using them, and he said that they were pretty decent. So this is definitely like a stiff compounding pad, almost similar to the Roops blue compounding pad. And this is a medium density and thickness, very similar to the Roops white. And these were really cheap, only a few dollars each with free shipping. So I'll be testing these out later, but I was really happy with the orange pad, the nice soft polishing pad. That was great. I know this is a big mess. I have been doing all sorts of stuff. I wish I had a bigger desk in here, but I have minimal space. So at least everything now is done. I'm going to enjoy this. Satisfying. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like it, give it a thumbs up, share it with others who may enjoy it. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell. That way you get notifications each time our videos drop each week and you don't miss stuff. And definitely check out the links up here that go to our tools and products page, as well as our new apparel. I have my apron over it, but definitely check out our new apparel. Our hoodies, our t-shirts, beanies, baseball caps, mugs, a bunch of other stuff. So check that out, pick up one of those items as well. I have a bunch of new logos that we've designed with all sorts of cool detail-related tools on there as well. So definitely check that out. And we'll see you in the next one, guys. Have a great day.